Hey y'all, it's Burgess, and this is actually editing Burgess. And as I film this, my anniversary for YouTube is tomorrow. I will have been on YouTube for 7 years, y'all. 7 years. And my very first video was a NaNoWriMo Prep video, and I thought it kind of appropriate. This month, I'm a bit behind with videos. We've had some stuff going on, and self-care has meant taking a break from some things and doing some important family things and some important self things. I'm here, I'm back. I have set up my NaNoWriMo bullet journal, a new one. I'm also using my bullet journal, and I will do another video for it. So anyway, the air conditioner's on, and for that I apologize. So I have done the setup of this, and you're going to see how I did that. And I'm going to stop right here and just kind of leave it right here for now, and I'm just going to talk to you for a few minutes. One of the things I really wanted to do this month for NaNoWriMo Prep was to do some more of the tarot and writing. I wanted to redo some of the outline for my novel. I wanted to get back into the swing of things with a writer bullet journal, and it's been a while since I've done this kind of stuff. And the more that I think about, the more that I was thinking about it, the more that I thought, the more that I realized that I really needed to find what worked for me. And I have been trying to slim things down in the bullet journal department and the journal department and the planning. Yeah, all of the things. Because I want to do all of the things all of the time, every day, and I just can't. I don't have enough time to do that. So I had to find a way that would work for me to do some of these. I have set things up in a way that is a work in progress, like I said. I'm still working on a few things, and I think it's very important whenever you go to do something like this that you figure out what works for you and what doesn't. Over the years, over the past 7 years or so, I have set up a lot of different writer's Bibles, writer journals, writer bullet journals, all different kinds of things. And the one thing that has always really stood out to me is the fact that every now and again, like not every single page, but a lot of pages, I will add a little bit of a quote, things like that. Things that are a touch more personal. I added this picture. There's a notebook and a pen and a cup of coffee. Hello, this is what NaNoWriMo is going to be about. The only thing I'm missing is the typewriter, and I have the typewriter other places. So, like I said, there's little typewriters right here. I will leave a link below to the little fun tarot stickers that I got, to the typewriter stamp thing that I got. It's right here. I will leave a link to those. I will leave a link to the bullet journal. I have both of these are the 120 GSM bullet journals. This one is the black, and this one is that, I think it's Arctic blue. So far, so good. I've gotten over the dislike of this off-white paper. I don't like yellowy paper, but I do like the off-white, I guess. Okay, enough. I do like this paper much better than the old, 80 GSM paper that it's in the Leuchtturms, the regular ones. I do like this better. I have just now kind of started with the Dutch doors. I'm not all that familiar with them. It's something I'm just kind of starting, so I'm a bit off with some of it. But this is sort of like a little book in the middle of this. I've got things marked off. We get to here, and this is where the outline starts. And I don't have anything else in there. Just the, I hope that you enjoyed the video. I have done the setup. I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to work out really well. At the end of this, you'll see me turn the pages quietly with a little bit of music. and I hope you enjoy. This is one of the tarot books that for writing that I have. I have several of them. This is one of the newer ones. This is Tarot for the Fiction Writer, How 78 Cards Can Take You From Idea to Publication by Paula Chaffee. And I have no idea how to say that last name. And she says that sometimes you need a compass to guide you because story is inherent in tarot structure. It is an effective map and storytelling tool, whether you're writing a novel in progress or starting out on a brand new endeavor. You can use tarot myths, symbols, character settings, and innumerable combinations as a powerful, portable, and imaginative tool for story development, editing, and revisions, publication, and promotion. Each card has a story to tell you and can help you map out your book. So you can discover how to hook your readers, figure out what happens next, find a unique twist in a scene, deepen your characters' backgrounds, create meaningful settings, and identify that black moment. Is your novel going in the right direction? Grab your tarot compass. The path to publication is just around the corner. And she is a novelist, tarot teacher, dream worker, and wise writing coach. She is author of Unquenchable Fire, winner of the Arthur C. Clarke Award, and Godmother Night, winner of the World Fantasy Award, and the world famous 78 Degrees of Wisdom. And it's even got a little bookmark, y'all. So it's pretty cool. She's a lot of, and in here she has places for notes, plot spreads. So I'm going to address one of the issues, or a couple of the issues in here. One, talking about the tarot. It's a book of knowledge from ancient Egypt. No, total fiction. Story is obviously at work here. The tarot originated as a game in the 15th century Italian court, a game that, like a good story or television program, reflected the characters and conflicts of the time and place. Myth number 2, it's evil, the tool of the devil. No. That myth probably arises from sources of religion that believe divination, communication with the divine, seeking knowledge of the future or the unknown by supernatural means is evil. In fact, as noted in Myth 1, the tarot originated as a game in the 15th century Italy by Italian nobility who were probably Catholic. Also note that 2 of the cards in the major arcana were, at the time, called Pope, the Hierophant, and Papess, High Priestess. Yes, there is a devil card who represents illusion, addiction, excess, and temptation, among other things. There are no tarot rules. If you decide to treat it as a sacred object, keeping a writing altar and smudging it before you use it, go ahead. Whatever works. For me, the tarot is a tool. I take care of it, but I use it, and sometimes it sits piled on books, stashed on the corner near my chase, or resides in its pouch with other decks. It's too complicated and will take too long for me to learn. If you want to become a professional tarot reader, that takes time. But to use the tarot for your writing, know that I've shown writers how to use the tarot within a 60 to 90 minute workshop for several years now. Certainly, the more familiar you are with the deck, the more ideas and answers you'll glean from the cards, but you can use it after reading the first few chapters. And then she talks about why use the tarot and not like any other oracle deck. While any image on the oracle deck can inspire ideas for your writing, an oracle deck or loose collection of images generally has no inherent structure. The cards may have a theme, like fairies or goddesses, but there is no intentional relationship between the cards that tell a story. So if you want to pull more than one card for a story question, then each of the cards from an oracle deck or each image from a collection of images is going to be independent of the other, requiring you to work harder to find relationships and the story threads you were looking for. In tarot, on the other hand, it tells many stories within its structure, the central one being of the Fool's Journey of the major arcana, which, as you'll see in the following chapters, is also your journey as a writer. The hero's journey. And the cards tell their own story, or in combination with other cards can tell a variety of stories. The questions you ask, the deck's illustrations, and the placement of the cards, and how these elements and others spark your imagination make the tarot a timeless, endlessly effective writing tool, especially when you consider the hundreds and hundreds of tarot decks available to you. Write fantasy, there are decks with themes of dragons and unicorns and medieval trappings. Write mystery, check out decks inspired by Sherlock Holmes. Romance, science fiction, fairy tale, myth, steampunk, all of these and more are themes represented in tarot decks. The possibilities are almost endless. I have several different kinds of decks. I have The Hobbit. I have a couple of different supernatural decks. Dame Darcy's deck. I have a deck that has to do with fairy tales and myths and stuff like that, gods and goddesses, a whole lot of different ones. So I'm really interested in further reading this, because this is one of the only ones I haven't really read. I've read Tarot for Writers. I'm using that. I'm using a lot of different things. It's going to be helpful. And what I wanted to do for just a moment before I end this, well, I guess I probably ought to put my name. And then I kind of wish I'd done this a little bit differently so this didn't really come through, but it's okay. So I have done, this is Falling Act, the 3-act structure. That is where I changed the chapter template thing. The tarot, some of the tarot spreads I might be using. I might pull some more. These are ones that I'm actually going to pull. This is the hero's journey. This is the day-by-day outline. And then I'm going to be doing the combination of the 3-act structure and the hero's journey right here, most likely. And I'm not sure what I'm going to put there. But here's my word count tracker and how I set it up. And then this right here will be where I start actually doing the outline stuff. So I'm pretty excited. I think it's going to turn out really well, and it's been a while since I've been this excited. And I debated, because I am doing research for a biography or a memoir, depending. I'm going to be ghostwriting. True story. It is truth. And I'm going to have to be very careful about what I do, but first I'm in research mode, and I have another notebook that was started, and I think I'm just going to use it for that notebook for where I write down the research and stuff. I'm probably going to have to go to like the library and make some copies of newspaper articles and things like that. It's going to require a lot of research, and I'm excited because I think that novel will actually be a bit easier to write than the fiction. But I need to get back into the habit of writing, and this is the novel that I really want to finish. Really want to finish. The more that I've thought about it, the more that I've taken a look at everything, the more that I'm like, well, y'all, you know, it's time for me to really do some stuff, you know. Okay. I've got a couple of things in here, and I want to do a little bit, just a little bit. That's going to go somewhere. I want to put this here. I think I might want to put that here, and then use this for the outline. So, I want the outline to show. That is aggravating, where I had to pull these. These are like glued a little. Okay, I think that works. So now we start the outline, and So let's see, what have I done? I've done half of that. I need to pick my rewards and milestones. I need to make my NaNoWriMo survival kit. I'm getting there. So I think the next video that I do, I will be doing tarot pulls to create some things. I have the goals and motivation, stakes, internal conflict, beginning, middle, end, those. And I also need to make my character list. These are so that I can put those in Scrivener. Same as that. This is going to be the tarot pull stuff. And then character tarot pulls. So the outline starts on page 39. Tarot pulls start at 22 to 26, 27. Okay. So we're done with that. And now I need to finish editing this. So editing Burgess is back. I found some quotes that I think are very interesting. William Faulkner said, "Read, read, read. Read everything, trash, classics, good and bad, and see how they do it. Just like a carpenter who works as an apprentice and studies the master, read. You'll absorb it, then write. If it's good, you'll find out. If it's not, throw it out the window." Annie Proulx said, "You should write because you love the shape of stories and sentences and the creation of different words on a page. Writing comes from reading, and reading is the finest teacher of how to write." Stephen King said, "If you don't have time to read, you don't have time to write or the tools to write. Simple as that." Robert Louis Stevenson said, "I kept always 2 books in my pocket, one to read, one to write in." One of my favorite quotes, though, is by J.D. Salinger. "What really knocks me out is a book that, when you're all done reading it, you wish the author that wrote it was a terrific friend of yours, and you could call him up on the phone whenever you felt like it." He wrote The Catcher in the Rye. I have lived with books and notebooks, journaling and reading and writing my whole life since before I could even write full sentences. NaNoWriMo is one of my favorite times, and it's been a while since I've really went all out, and I am so excited. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you again soon. Bye, y'all.